Have you ever wondered what money really is? I mean, throughout our lives, we save that money, we invest it, we do everything with it. But do we know actually what it really is? So, in this video, we will be looking at those subjects. So, money. Is it just a paper? Is it just some basic numbers in our phone or in our bank accounts? Is it something much deeper than that? So stick around because we will be discussing on how money works and you will be able to understand a lot more clearly why it is important in our lives. So let's start in the beginning. What it actually is. What is money? The definition of money for people was very different from what the definition we are having in the present day. In those days, it was not actually the paper or any numbers. In those days, they used the barter system. And with that barter system means they exchanged goods for goods. At the present time, we exchange money for different kinds of services or goods or anything else. For example, if someone has a fish and someone has wood, and the person who has fish wants wood. Similarly, the person who has wood wants that fish. So both parties can exchange their goods, and that will be the perfect deal in the barter system. But on the contrary, if for example a baker is there, and that baker doesn't want to buy a fish. Okay, that baker doesn't want to buy fish, but you want to buy a bread from that baker. How will you do that? So that's when the money comes in play. That's how the money was invented. Money was created as a medium for exchange, for people to exchange their things on a common subject using a common medium, meaning that its value will depend on whether the people are accepting it and agreeing to follow it. So another question comes up, from where does the money come from? Most countries right now use fiat money, which means that the value will depend whether the government and people would trust its value upon, meaning that it has a value if people and government come up together and agree to trust it. But here is a twist. Government do not just produce money or print that money just because they can. There is something called fractional reserve banking. Fractional reserve banking, it means that bank already has some money reserved for itself, but it loans out some amount of money to people for others to use. For example, for companies, for bigger firms to run their businesses. So most of the money in circulation is actually created by the bank and they have lent it out. So how does money get its value? How does it get, or why some money is worth more than the other? So the answer is money gets its value from supply and demand. More the demand, the higher will be the supply. Lesser the demand, the lesser will be the supply. An important part is also dependent on the trust and the economic situation of that country. The banks are producing money endlessly. For example, in Zimbabwe, the people stopped trusting in their own currency, and that was the downfall of their own currency. And that is when their currency collapsed. Now, if the banks produce too much money, they print too much money, the value of that money drops. And that is what you call the term inflation. Inflation is the term when the money drops its value because government and the banks are producing money endlessly. So now let's understand how money flows in an economy. When you spend money on anything, whether it be you're buying a phone, you're buying a coffee, you're going out with your friends, you're not just spending that money. You're actually contributing to the global cycle. You're actually contributing to the economic state of your country. From consumers to businesses, from businesses to employees, from employees to the banks, from banks to the government, and then from government to the employees. This is how the money flows. You spend at a business. The business will give its employee the salaries. From the salaries, the employees will deposit their money in the banks. The banks will loan that money out. And from that loan, people will start new businesses. And from those businesses, the taxes will go to the government. And the government will do all its duties. And this cycle will continue. So now let's understand the psychological side of money. How the money actually affects us psychologically. Now let me tell you something new. Money is not just a number. It is deeply psychological. Whether it is scarcity, greed, everything. The money triggers the human psychology. The people who trade the stock markets, the people in the Wall Street, the people in Dalal Street, they know what I'm talking about. And that is the reason why markets crash. Because it's not because of the numbers, but because of the panic. Because of the panic situations of people. Understanding money is not just economical. It's more than economical. It's more of belief. It's more of emotions. It's completely psychological. Okay, so now you know how money works. But with this knowledge, what do you think you should do? So there are 3 takeaways from what we have been discussing till now. Number 1, don't just earn. Understand. You must learn how money was created, how it is pumped into the system, how it flows into the system, and everything. Number 2, save smart and invest smarter. Saving is okay, but investment is must, because inflation will eat up all your money. But when you invest your money, your wealth will grow. Number 3, always think long term. Money is just a tool, it's not a goal. Building assets is more important than just having an income. Number 4, master your money mindset. Stay calm in your storms and make your money work for you. Money isn't magic. It's a man-made system. But when you understand the rules of the system, you can play smarter. This is my first video. Like this video if this video has helped you in any way. From this point forward on this channel, I will be posting so many different types of videos related to money and how you can make your financial life much easier. Subscribe to the channel and tell me in the comment section what is the one thing that you used to think about money which is false. Comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.